Alright, welcome back to the channel and thank you again for tuning in. We're going to do things a little bit differently on today's episode. We're going to talk about how I gained over 40,000 followers on Instagram. I'm going to give you 3 basic tips, 3 realistic tips. This is how I gained those followers organically over some time. It's not going to be get 1 million followers in 24 hours type of thing. It's not going to be a bunch of algorithm hacking. It's just 3 basic things that a regular person can do to gain real organic followers and have a lot of fun doing it. And along the way, you might be able to work with some great companies and get some free tools or free product, that kind of thing as well, to work along with them. So I got 3 tips. The last one I think is the most important, but I think they're all important, but the last one I would say is probably the most important, especially in the beginning if you're just starting out. I'm not going to get into like the niche audience and finding your audience, that kind of thing. I'm a full-time commercial electrician. I post a lot of tool-based videos, not necessarily reviews, but just sort of like showing them off and showing how I'm using them and new stuff that I've gotten. I like to also post a lot of workplace videos where I'm bending conduit, installing switchgear, showing my day-to-day and what I'm doing as a full-time, kind of like the life of a full-time commercial electrician, I guess you could say. That's helped me gain a lot of organic followers, guys who do the same thing that I do, and I've been able to kind of reach out and learn from them. They've learned from me, and it's a great community if you use it properly. It's a good tool. All right, so tip number 1, this one goes without saying, at least it's very important to me, but image quality, video quality, making sure that your footage is not choppy and with a bunch of weird transitions and a bunch of AI editing nonsense. You want it to be real clear, clean, real clear. You want to see what's going on. You want nice, good, crisp footage, really nice, sharp photos. I think image quality, video quality, for me, and I think for a lot of people, is super important. I think people respond to that. They want to see, you go on this thing to see like nice, good looking stuff. So you want to have good looking videos. I'm not going to get into the specifications and all that technical crap, but I will say that Instagram and other platforms, obviously, they have a cap at what they can support as far as image file size and all that. So I shoot everything in 4K and then I compress it down to 1080p, and that kind of gets you the best of both worlds, gets you a good sharp image. I keep my transitions very minimal. I like to have it all in one kind of shot. Like I said, I do a lot of workplace conduit bending or putting up switchgear or lighting and all that kind of stuff. So I tend to want my videos to be a real clear, real sharp image of what I'm doing to get that message across. So I think image quality, video quality goes without saying. I think especially in the beginning, people want to see good looking videos. So you got to focus on trying to find out how you're going to get that to work with your setup. Number 2, this one's super important. I mean, they're all important, but this one's super important too. But especially in the beginning, I'm going to say engagement, engaging with, as you gain followers, you want to engage with them. If they ask questions and they're curious about, let's say specifically for me, what kind of tool you were using or why you installed it that way or what you did here and there, you want to respond. You want to open up that conversation and, engage with the followers, because that's when people are going to start to realize that you're not a robot and you're a real person. And I think people respond to that. So I think engaging with those followers, especially in the beginning, is kind of crucial. It's going to help. For whatever reason, I'm sure there's, the algorithm and all that crap. It's gonna pick that up, and it's gonna want to keep pushing your videos to reach more people because you can see that positive engagement. And I think that's really important. Just be a good person. Obviously there's a lot of trolls out there who do a lot of annoying things and leave a lot of annoying comments. But if you're just a good person, engage organically and nicely and honestly, it's going to definitely grow your page at a good steady pace. All right. So tip number 3, I think this is definitely the most important, especially in the beginning. It's going to be consistency. You want to be consistent with your posting in the beginning. You want to be consistent with your quality, the style of video that you're doing. You don't want to put out a bunch of different styles of video where some have crazy transitions or some have weird sound effects and all that. You want to be consistent. You want to have a consistent sort of style. And in the beginning, it might be hard to kind of nail that down. You might try different things, but you want to get consistent. You want to post consistently. You don't want it to rule, you don't want it to rule your life. Obviously, you don't want to be on it 24/7. I don't mean that consistent, but I mean a healthy consistency. I work full time. I have a family. I have a home. So I've got it broken down to a real simple formula. They're 20-second videos at the end of the day. So if you can manage to get a real good flow of here's my 20-second video. It only took me 5 minutes to do it. I know some guys take hours to edit and all that, but I got it broken down so it's a quick footage. It's a quick film, it's a quick edit, and it's a quick post, and it's comfortable and it keeps it fun for me. It doesn't feel like work. I think the consistency helps build those organic followers. They come back, they want to see more stuff, they want to see what you've done, especially if you're doing longer term projects where you're showing step by step, or you're showing, multiple videos at a single job site. So that all being said, that's how I gained over 40,000 followers on Instagram. The organic, realistic way. It didn't happen overnight. It was just a real slow climb. But it was fun, and it still is fun. So if you can find a nice, easy formula where it doesn't feel like work, and you like to do it, you like to make videos, take photos and all that, I think these are 3 very basic tips, very basic things that you could do to grow any kind of a page, any kind of a niche, whether you're baking cookies or if you're, putting up 4-inch conduit on the side of a building. So when you get back to this channel, we're going to go back to going over some new stuff. I got some Fluke stuff coming in. I've got some cool stuff going on with Eris tools. Gonna be locking in an ambassadorship with them. So stay tuned for that. We'll get back to the regularly scheduled videos, and thank you again for watching. And at the end of the day, just have fun. That's what it's really. Be a good person and have fun. That's all it's about.